Growing up without emotional love does not end when childhood is over. It quietly reshapes how your mind learns to survive into adulthood. When warmth or validation felt inconsistent, your brain adapted to unpredictability. That adaptation was necessary then, but it still lives inside you now. This is not about blaming anyone or rewriting your past. It is about understanding why certain patterns keep repeating in your life. What once protected you may now feel confusing or exhausting. Naming these patterns helps reduce shame and soften self-judgment. Nothing about you is broken. Your mind learned what it had to. 1. Growing up without love creates attachment wounds. When love felt inconsistent, your nervous system learned connection could disappear without warning at any moment. Affection arrived unpredictably, then vanished, leaving you unsure what version of closeness was safe. As a child, you did not question this pattern. You adapted because adaptation was necessary. Your brain learned to stay alert, watching tone shifts, mood changes, and emotional distance constantly. Love stopped feeling like rest and started feeling like something you had to monitor carefully. You learned that closeness required attention, vigilance, and constant emotional awareness to avoid pain. This was not anxiety. It was intelligence shaped by an environment that lacked consistency. Your nervous system stayed awake because falling asleep emotionally once led to disappointment before. Over time, this alertness became familiar, even when the original danger no longer existed. In adulthood, relationships may trigger the same scanning behavior without clear reasons. You notice yourself reading between messages, searching for hidden meaning or withdrawal signs. Part of you is still trying to prevent loss before it happens again. This pattern is not a flaw in your character or capacity for love. It is the imprint of growing up without emotional safety you could rely on daily. Understanding this helps separate who you are from what you learn to survive. 2. You become hypervigilant in relationships. So when love felt unstable early, your mind learned to watch for danger inside connection. You scan messages, pauses, and tone changes, searching for signs something is about to shift. Small changes feel large because your nervous system remembers sudden emotional withdrawal before. This vigilance is not imagination. It is memory stored in your body over time. As a child, predicting moods helped you avoid disappointment or emotional abandonment. Your brain learned that preparation felt safer than surprise when affection disappeared. Now, even stable relationships can trigger the same alert response unexpectedly. You may feel tense without knowing why, even when nothing is clearly wrong. Your attention moves outward, tracking others instead of resting inside yourself. This constant monitoring can feel exhausting, yet stopping it feels risky. Part of you believes staying alert prevents loss, even when evidence suggests safety. This response made sense when connection depended on unpredictable emotional availability. Today, it lingers as protection that no longer matches present reality. Recognizing this pattern helps you see vigilance as learned behavior, not personal weakness. Awareness creates space to slowly test safety without forcing trust too quickly. 3. Love feels wrong. Even when it is real. When love was missing early, your mind formed beliefs about what you deserved emotionally. Deep inside, a quiet assumption settled that love was conditional or temporary at best. This belief did not arrive as words, it arrived as a feeling carried through years. So when someone shows care now, your body reacts before your thoughts can explain. Compliments may create discomfort instead of warmth, as if something does not fit. Kindness can feel suspicious, overwhelming, or strangely undeserved inside your chest. Your nervous system learned that affection often preceded withdrawal, so it stays cautious. Love feels destabilizing because it conflicts with the story your mind learned earlier. Part of you expects closeness to be taken away once you relax into it. You may downplay praise, change subjects, or push people away without intending harm. Not because you dislike love, but because holding it feels unfamiliar and unsafe. Your mind rejects positive input when it contradicts long-held beliefs about worth. This creates a painful loop where you crave closeness but struggle to receive it. The problem is not that love is wrong, but that it feels new to you. Noticing this pattern allows love to arrive slowly, without demanding immediate comfort or trust. 4. You learn to earn love instead of receiving it. When love was conditional, your mind learned worth depended on performance, usefulness, or constant emotional effort. You discovered that approval arrived when you achieved, helped, pleased, or stayed convenient for others. Over time, this lesson hardened into a rule that shaped how you approach relationships and self-value. You began believing love was something to secure through effort, not something freely offered. As an adult, this can look like overworking, overgiving, or never feeling good enough inside. You chase achievement, hoping it will finally create safety, stability, and lasting acceptance. Each success brings brief relief, followed by anxiety that it still might not be enough. Helping others becomes a way to justify your place, rather than a genuine choice. Saying no feels dangerous, because withdrawal once followed reduced usefulness or compliance. You measure your value through productivity, kindness, or reliability instead of inherent worth. This pattern is exhausting because it asks you to perform endlessly for basic connection. No amount of external validation can satisfy a wound formed by conditional early love. You are trying to earn something that should have been given without requirements. Seeing this pattern clearly helps separate survival strategy from your true needs today. 5. Emotional numbness becomes protection. When love felt unsafe, your mind learned that feeling less could reduce pain and disappointment. Emotional shutdown became a quiet shield, protecting you from longing that once went unanswered. If you did not feel deeply, you could not be hurt as deeply anymore. This strategy helped you survive moments when caring led to rejection or emotional absence. Over time, your nervous system learned neutrality felt safer than vulnerability or hope. As an adult, this can show up as feeling distant from your own emotions. Joy feels muted. Sadness feels flat, and connection feels strangely out of reach. You may appear calm on the outside while feeling disconnected on the inside. Relationships can feel shallow, not because you lack depth, but because depth once hurt. Caring still exists, but it stays guarded behind a layer of emotional distance. This numbness is not indifference. It is a learned response to early emotional risk. Your system chose survival over expression when expression brought no safety or comfort. The cost of this protection is feeling far from yourself and others sometimes. Understanding numbness as protection helps replace self-judgment with compassion and patience. 6. You learn to shrink yourself to avoid being a burden. When your needs were ignored or dismissed, you learned they caused inconvenience or discomfort. Asking for help felt risky because it once led to rejection, irritation, or emotional distance. So you adapted by becoming smaller, quieter, and easier to manage for others. You learned to apologize often, even when you had done nothing wrong. You trained yourself to handle pain privately rather than risk bothering someone else. Hiding struggles felt safer than exposing needs that might be dismissed again. You became skilled at reading rooms, adjusting behavior, and minimizing emotional impact. This shrinking was not weakness. It was a strategy for staying connected and accepted. Your nervous system believed visibility increased risk, while invisibility increased survival chances. Over time, this pattern followed you into adult relationships and daily interactions. You may hesitate to speak up, ask for support, or express discomfort clearly. Part of you believes taking space or needing care will push people away, so you carry weight alone, even when support is available and offered. This habit formed when your needs felt too much for those meant to care. Recognizing this pattern helps you question whether shrinking still serves you today. 7. None of these patterns mean you are broken. Every pattern you carry formed to protect you when protection was necessary. Your mind chose strategies that increased safety in an environment that lacked emotional reliability. Nothing about these responses appeared randomly or because something was wrong with you. They were intelligent adjustments made by a nervous system doing its best with limited support. What helped you survive childhood does not automatically disappear when circumstances change later. These strategies linger because the brain prioritizes safety over comfort by default. You did not choose vigilance, numbness, or self-minimization as personality traits. They developed because connection once required caution, performance, or emotional restraint. Understanding this reframes your behavior from personal failure to adaptive survival history. You are not defective for reacting the way you do under closeness or stress. Your reactions make sense when viewed through the context of unmet early needs. This perspective removes moral judgment from habits that were once life-preserving. Compassion grows when you see your past self as resourceful rather than flawed. Recognizing adaptation allows room to update responses without forcing immediate change. Nothing needs to be erased for healing to begin, only understood with patience. Recognizing these patterns is not about fixing yourself or rushing toward healing immediately. It is about understanding why certain reactions appear without your conscious permission. Awareness creates distance between who you are and what you learned to survive earlier. When shame softens, curiosity becomes possible, and gentler choices can slowly emerge. You are not difficult to love. You are simply not loved in the way you needed. That absence shapes strategies, not defects. And strategies can be updated with time. Healing does not require rewriting your past or confronting everything at once. It begins by offering yourself the consistency you once lacked quietly. This might look like listening to your body without judgment or honoring needs without apology. It might mean letting kindness arrive slowly instead of pushing it away automatically. Nothing here demands immediate trust, vulnerability, or emotional openness before you are ready. Safety grows through repetition, not through force or sudden insight. You are allowed to move at a pace that respects your nervous system history. The fact that these patterns exist proves how much you adapted to survive. And survival is not failure. It is evidence of resilience that deserves care.